Yo, my name is JD and welcome back to Caffeine and Consoles, a console gaming channel dedicated to all things console gaming, as well as sipping on that delicious sweet black gold we call coffee. So good. Well, what you see in front of me right now, we got the Nintendo Switch OLED and the Steam Deck. These two consoles, similar in design but extremely different in delivery, and I have found myself using my beautiful Switch OLED less and less, and been giving more and more time to the Valve Steam Deck as this thing has become more my daily driver. Now let's talk a little bit more about what the Steam Deck is. If you're unfamiliar, this will be a very quick overview. The Steam Deck is, for better or for worse, a pocket computer. This thing is able to not only run its own proprietary OS, SteamOS, but also Linux. This is capable of playing video games, surfing the web, writing Word documents, and doing Excel spreadsheets. What I'm trying to say is this thing is a computer. It is large, it is loud at times, and it is bulky. But this is and has become my go-to handheld device, with the exception of 3 games. Zelda Breath of the Wild, though I know it runs on this if I get an emulator. The new Pokemon, though that really is a hard game to play. And Mario Kart Deluxe. Because, well, every other game I want to play is here. There are a plethora of Nintendo Switch titles that I really enjoy, but I find myself wanting to play older titles, emulated titles, good, beautiful titles on my Steam Deck. This thing is pretty awesome when it comes to emulation. It's extremely easy to install emulation on this. Emulation is managed through whichever type of emulation software you want to use, but I used EmuDeck because EmuDeck does absolutely everything for me, and then all I have to be responsible for is installing the ROMs. I found myself playing games I played in high school. Game Boy games that I've been wanting to play in a handheld fashion, not sitting on my laptop with an external controller, though that can be fun. This delivers so much more than the gaming experience that is advertised. It is advertised as a system that can play pretty beefy AAA titles, and it does a pretty good job at that. I've been playing through Final Fantasy 15, which isn't a newer title, it's an older one, but also Ni no Kuni, a game available on Nintendo Switch, but runs at a locked 60 frames per second on the Steam Deck. Performance as a whole is better on the Steam Deck, and the form factor of the Switch does feel better at times, even though I do have these slightly bulkier Joy-Cons on. I will say that this display of the Nintendo Switch is, by and large, much brighter and more vibrant. But again, the Steam Deck allows me to play more games I want to. And now with Valve's Steam Deck dock, I'm able to really take it to the next level because I can plug it into my LG C2. Again, this doesn't have first-party Nintendo Switch titles, though I think you can emulate it. I haven't tried. But it does offer an extremely awesome emulation style gaming experience. And so after 6 months of using this thing, I've really fallen in love with it. I think it is probably one of the coolest pieces of tech that I own, and it took me a while to actually come to that conclusion. When I first got it, I didn't know what to do with it. I have no Steam library. I'm very uninterested in any sort of PC gaming, or at least was, and most of the games I played were already being played on my PlayStation 5, my Xbox Series S, or on my Nintendo Switch. So it was a redundancy that I had no clue what to do with. But as time went on and I really learned how to use it and how it fits in my console gaming selection, I realized this thing is invaluable. It allows me to play older games that I can't purchase from Nintendo because Nintendo doesn't sell them anymore. It allows me to play some pretty rad AAA titles on a handheld form factor. It's portable enough that I don't mind putting it in my gaming bag. And, well, when it comes to newer games, it has that. I just get a lot more of a try new things vibe out of this. And if you're someone who wants to try new things, I'd say consider it. It's not cheap at all. And I get $0 for recommending this, and I probably will never get any money for recommending anything, with the exception of my affiliate links that are like $1 per purchase. But that's not why I'm recommending it. I'm recommending it because this thing is, well, the most innovative piece of tech that we've gotten in a long time. At least that's how I feel about it. You may feel differently. I would highly suggest expanding the storage with a micro SD card, like a terabyte, and get the middle option, not the lowest. Other than that, this thing is pretty freaking rad. 6 months with this, can't wait for another 6. But most of all, I can't wait for the next version because I think that this right here is what Nintendo should be taking notes from because it's pretty special. All right, I'm gonna drink some more coffee because I'm tired today. But most of all, happy gaming.